Hello Scorpio, welcome to your March 2019 reading. Just so you know, I'm not being able to do your February reading as like most of the signs because I had a lot to deal with. However, this will be your general reading, and there hopefully will be a love read that will be coming out along with this. And the plan is to do a general reading and love reading every month. You can also check your over reading for 2019, which is available on YouTube. Also do check out your moon and rising sign, because sometimes that resonates more than your sun sign will some months. So it just gives you an overall picture about what's going on. So also in regards to if you want to book a personal reading, you can go to my website at www.spiritualreadings.net. Go to step 1 to book the reading, and then step 2 to purchase and buy that reading. Alright, so just let you know which card I'm using for the main spread. I'm using the Radiant Rider-Waite Tarot deck. And for the Guidance Tarot, I'm using the Archangel Power Tarot cards by Radley Valentine. Right, so I'm going to go straight into the reading. Also, if you do any feedback or if there's anything you want to do in terms of what readings you'd like me to carry out, then do let me know. And constructive feedback is appreciated. And also I do appreciate for those who are like and subscribe to my channel as well. I thought it'd be good just to put that out there. Right, so in regards to what's going on in the present situation, March 2019, Scorpio, you've got 3 of Wands in the upright. You've got the 8 of Cups in the upright, the Chariot in the reverse, and the 3 of Swords in the reverse. So basically, what this shows here, perhaps you were waiting for something. And after waiting for probably a long time, you decided that you wanted to move on. You felt like it wasn't really serving its purpose, and as a result things kind of slowed down with the Chariot in the reverse. With the 3 of Swords in the reverse position, it's showing here that there's been hurt and loss associated with this. Alright, and it could be on a romantic level, it could be in a business sphere where you've had to walk away from something, it wasn't serving your purpose, or a situation. They felt like it served its time and things slowed down and there was hurt and loss associated with this. So what's the challenge for you this month, Scorpio? The challenge for you this month, Scorpio, is to basically you've got 5 Wands in the upright, you've got the Knight of Swords in the reverse, and you've got the World card in the reverse. So what this says is, with the 5 Wands in the upright, your challenge is to avoid any form of conflict, especially with an air sign. It could be a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. Someone who's quite abrupt, someone who's quite reckless, impulsive, don't think before they act, quite verbally abusive, and if the conflict does start with this air sign, then potentially you're not going to be able to start a new cycle, basically, with the World card. So your challenge is to basically avoid the conflict with an air sign, and when you do that, you will able to start a new cycle there, Scorpio. Now, what's been going on in your distant past? Well, you weren't able to move on. So we've got the 6 of Swords in the reverse, first of all. We've got the Page of Cups in the upright and the Ace of Pentacles in the upright. So with the 6 of Swords in the reverse, it shows you weren't able to move on from something. Okay. From a situation, and it could potentially be with a romantic interest. It could be potentially another water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, who made a romantic proposal to you. Someone's a bit of a dreamer, someone's quite creative, sensitive. If it isn't another water sign, it could just be you, where you received an emotional offer or some sort of emotional healing, but you weren't able to move on from something. And it could be the reason why you decided that you weren't able to move on from something. If you look at the Page of Cups, it's looking in this direction. So you definitely did not, if it's you definitely want to move on. And it could be in regards to some long-term potential offer that's come forward. It could be material, financially related. Okay. If it isn't, it could be potentially a romantic interest with the Page of Cups, because the Page of Cups can represent news of emotional nature. So therefore, you weren't wanting to move on from the situation because you thought there's some long-term potential there. Alright, so even if it's on the romantic sense or the business sense, you felt like there was long-term potential for you not to move on from it. So, having a look at the root level, what's happening on a deep sort of side of the reading, you've got the Two of Pentacles in the reverse, you've got the Ten of Swords in the upright, Tower card in the reverse, and the Four of Cups in the upright. So when you have the Two of Pentacles in the reverse position, it shows here perhaps you stopped weighing the pros and cons of a situation, you stopped evaluating something, you decided that you didn't want to juggle anything and overthink everything. Alright? But with this association, stop evaluating the pros and cons and not bothering juggling two things at once, you've decided that with this, you feel like there might perhaps be some hurt and betrayal associated with this. Okay, and this could cause some sort of hidden tensions here, hidden tensions that are not going to be released. And the reason why I say it's not going to be released, because in the Tower, in the upright position, something's been released. There's been a certain event that's happened, so there's been a catalyst. But in the Tower in the reverse, it's like this is not being released. It's been brewing and simmering, and it's not had any outlet for it. But there will be potentially another offer coming through, which again you'll have to kind of evaluate to see whether it's something that you want to take up, but you're not sure whether that's worth taking or not. It could be of a romantic nature, it could be something where emotions are tied into this, because cups always represent emotions in the tarot. Right, so looking at the overall energies, you've got the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse, Sun card in the upright, and the Justice card in the upright. So it seems like here, Scorpio, there seems to be some sort of hard work and efforts have not been paying off. You feel like all your hard work has not reaped its rewards. However, the Sun card seems to show there's going to be a light end of the tunnel, because with this Justice card there's going to be some legal matter that's going to be resolved. There's going to be happiness around this legal matter. So if you feel like your hard work and efforts not being paid off, there is going to be a turnaround. There is going to be light in the tunnel. And with the Justice card, something's going to be resolved legally. And if it isn't legally, it could be some potential Libra person around you, because Justice card can represent Libra in the tarot. So looking at your future then, recent future, you've got the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse, you've got the High Priestess in the reverse, and the Five of Cups in the upright. So when the Queen of Pentacles is in the reverse position, it shows here that there's perhaps an earth sign around you, Taurus, Virgo or Capricorn. Someone who's quite greedy, selfish, quite arrogant. It's all about the materialistic world. And with the High Priestess linked into this, it shows here perhaps now is time to take action and not to let go and let God. Not to kind of rest on your laurels, but to kind of take action on the situation. But with this action is going to come some sorrow, regret and loss with this. Alright, so there could be an earth sign around you, Scorpio, that's perhaps quite greedy and selfish, that are all out looking after their own material, financial concerns. But now it's not time to kind of sit there and rest on your laurels, just to let go and let God. You have to sort of do something about it, because there is going to be some regret and loss associated with this, or some sorrow here. So with the Nine of Cups in the reverse position, and the King of Wands in the upright, and the Page of Swords in the upright, shows with the Nine of Cups here that you perhaps feel that there's going to be some emotional dissatisfaction. It could be with a fire sign, and this could be in Aries, Leo or Sagittarius. Someone who's quite charismatic, someone who's quite courageous, ambitious, who's got high authority. And if you look at this tarot interaction, how the King's looking into this Nine of Cups, it appears to be that this fire sign is causing you to have emotional dissatisfaction. And for that, with the Page of Swords, it seems like this Page of Swords as well, which potentially could be an air sign, also could be causing you some emotional unhappiness as well. Relatively younger to you, and it could be Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. Someone who's quite inquisitive, someone who's quite curious, someone who wants to learn quite a lot, someone who's but not fully matured yet. The Page is not fully matured individuals compared to the Queen and the Queen of Swords and the King of Swords. All right, but it seems like the court cards here presented, it seems like there's going to be a fire sign and an air sign that's going to cause you some emotional unhappiness here in this situation. All right, and your advice is from this is to not allow this fire sign and air sign kind of ruin your emotional happiness. Okay, you need to somehow counteract that. Okay, if you feel like there's a way to take action against what's going to happen to cause you to be emotionally happy, then do something about it. So the external factors then, Scorpio, what's affecting you externally? Well, you've got the King of Cups in the upright, you've got the Queen of Cups in the upright, and you've got the Page of Wands in the reverse. So the King of Cups can represent a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. Someone who's quite mature, someone who's quite a strong parental figure, who gives good counsel, who's quite stable in the upright position. And the Queen of Cups is very much, again, a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. There could potentially be a male water sign and a female water sign involved here in the mix. Okay, like I said, they're both quite emotionally mature, they're quite stable, they give good counsel, like they're good parental figures as well in the tarot card. But there seems to be a Page of Wands in the mix as well, a relatively younger fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, where perhaps they're being quite arrogant, they're being quite bitter, they're being quite obnoxious, all right, being quite immature. And it seems like in this external factors that's going on, it seems like perhaps you two are going to counsel each other, the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups. Perhaps you're going to counsel with another water sign, a fellow water sign, in which you can resolve a situation with a relatively younger fire sign here who's being quite arrogant, who's jump starting something to create problems basically. All right, but I will draw a clarifying card. I mean, I normally do cards in threes, but sometimes when a card needs further clarification, I do take it out. So that's why sometimes there's 4 cards in the reading. So I'll just find out as to why the Page of Wands in the reverse here. Because we've just got the core cards and the external factors. I want to see if there's anything that can be. So let's see. Right, so it seems then, Scorpio, that it does like you are deliberating with another fellow water sign. Okay, someone who's quite mature, someone who gives good counsel, like I said, like yourself, emotionally stable, and it could be with a fire sign who's causing some issues, quite arrogant, quite impulsive, quite reckless. And it seems like what's associated with this is the King of Pentacles in the reverse. So it seems like in the mix that perhaps this fire sign is quite greedy and selfish and arrogant. Okay, and that's why they're behaving the way they are. If they're not being greedy and selfish, it could be that there's another earth sign, in the mix. So it could be a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn who's causing issues. So potentially there could be a fire sign and earth sign causing you issues. All right, and it could be with you and another fellow water sign in the mix. All right, so you have got quite a few court cards as Scorpio. So I feel like you'd be dealing with a bunch of people here, or a group of people. Right, so what's happening in the hope, wishes and fears of the reading? So you've got the Six of Wands in the reverse, Knight of Pentacles in the reverse, and the Ten of Cups in the upright. So your hope, wishes and fears is that you're hoping to get recognition or some success, which you feel like you're not getting. And it could be with the King of Pentacles, it feels like perhaps there's some financial or business matters that are not working in your favour, they're not moving forward. All right, they're not moving forward like you're expecting it to. Okay, and you feel like it's not going in the right direction, and you feel like this potentially could affect your emotional happiness overall, and you're hoping that that doesn't happen in this situation. So the outcome then, Scorpio, you've got the Four of Pentacles in the reverse, Judgment card in the reverse, Seven of Swords in the reverse position, and the Two of Swords in the upright. So when you have the Four of Pentacles in the reverse position, it shows here that perhaps there could be some drainage in finances here, or resources. If it's not that, it's perhaps letting your guard down, not holding too much your guard up. It could be that there's some things that have not been, there's some things that are going on that you're not aware of, Scorpio. Something's not exactly come to light, something's not risen to the surface that you're not aware about, okay? You're not having that epiphany moment where the light bulb has come on to let you know what's actually going on behind the scenes. But it seems like someone's been quite sneaky here, Scorpio. Someone's been quite sneaky and cunning, alright? And as a result, with the Two of Swords, you're not sure what to do. It's put you in this, this sort of state of mind where you're indecisive, you're not sure what to do or how to tackle the situation. Okay, so it seems like someone's been quite sneaky and deceptive around you, Scorpio, this month in March of 2019. And I feel like it's got something related to perhaps an air sign individual and a fire sign individual. Alright, and it seems like potentially there could be an earth sign causing some troubles in the mix as well. So there could be some group of people that you're dealing with. So your guidance card for the month then, Scorpio. These cards up. So you've got the Ten of Michael in the upright, which shows here a situation has ended, and you are finally free. New opportunities for happiness will now follow. Put the past behind you. Six of Michael. It's light at the end of the tunnel. Breathe a sigh of relief and make new plans, relocation or travel. And then the final guidance card, you've got the Knight of Gabriel, which represents confident, enthusiastic, courageous, and charismatic qualities. Okay, so time to take action, great passion for a cause, instinctively knowing just what to do. All right, Scorpio. So it really very much ties into the reading here. I feel like there has been a situation that you are moving away from here in the central issue with the Eight of Cups. And I feel like when this situation ends, I think there's going to be more opportunities available on the horizon. And what you need to do is put the past behind you. And once you do that, there is going to be a light end of the tunnel with the Sun card here in the overall reading. Alright, and it's going to give you some sort of relief from this for you to make new plans. And if you feel like you need to relocate or travel to kind of to settle on better grounds, stable grounds, and do that. And again, take action, okay? If there's something you believe in, take action on that with the Knight of Gabriel as a guidance here, as an advice card, okay? Because it's now not the time to rest on your laurels with the High Priestess card in reverse. So I feel like it connects into this. So I feel like you definitely need to take action this month, Scorpio. But I feel like there's a lot of emotions that are going to kick up in March 2019. But I feel like it will pass. Things will improve. But that's your reading for the month, Scorpio, and I'll see you next month. Thank you for watching.